you have the GM saying, why do we pay a $40 million quarterback to only give it to a $12 million running back? Well, the Eagles are like, hey, we appreciate you. We got a $40-50 million quarterback, and we'll give it to our $12 million running back, and he's going to lead us to the promised land. He got him back into the Super Bowl.
Yo, we are back. We are back. Welcome to McCoy and Van Noy. I am one half of your gracious host, none other than Gerald McCoy, the 93rd one of the world. Big chest from the Midwest, the one that never fails. I only thrive. You know why, killer? Because I'm from the south side of the 405. And my gracious co-host is
Kyle Van Noy, two-time Super Bowl champ.
What are you?
A Pro Bowl player. Ooh. Still currently with the Ravens. Let's go, G. I got a lot of juice today. I got a lot of trash talking I got to get off my chest. A lot. So are you ready for it today?
I'm ready. Hey, listen. So this show now has two-time Super Bowl champ and 2 Pro Bowlers on it now. Hold on now. Y'all get great insight, man. Listen, y'all should feel privileged to get this insight.
Yes.
Y'all get insight from a Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowlers.
Talk to him, G.
Since we talking about it, let's get right into it. We'll start with game 1. There's a lot of great football played this weekend. We got the Commanders versus the Eagles. Oh, man. Who did you pick for the game? I can't remember. Eagles. Yeah, I picked the Eagles too. Tell us your thoughts on the game, killer.
Ooh, this one was interesting because it gave me flashbacks to the divisional round of our game, but it just went a way other turn than we did. You know, that's why I was like so frustrating for us, because not only did we have 3 turnovers, we were still in the game. The Commanders had a bunch of turnovers and they were never in the game, it felt like. That's kind of what jumps off the screen to me, was the 3 fumbles right in the beginning. I don't even care about the last pick, Daniel's thrown, whatever. But the three fumbles that changed the whole outcome of the game to me were the huge turning points. In this game, you have Saquon. I mean, first touch,
man. Come on now.
First touch. And, this is my gripe, because then it goes back to, as a fan, I'm really grateful that he got out of the Giants, right? That whole scenario with him leaving and the Giants trying to make him look bad on Hard Knocks a little bit. Like, I didn't really like that. You're going to test the market. You have the GM saying, why do we pay a $40 million quarterback to only give it to a $12 million running back? Well, the Eagles are like, hey, we appreciate you. We got a $40-50 million quarterback, and we'll give it to our $12 million running back, and he's going to lead us to the promised land. He got him back into the Super Bowl. And I also want to credit to that O-line. The O-line, what a tremendous job they've done all year. You got Dickerson, you got Lane Johnson.
Even with Cam Jurgens being out,
Jurgens, so many good players. Cam Jurgens playing in this game, you could just tell the back injury was brutal, especially after the game. He was walking off like I can only imagine having to deal with that. But I just want to give my kudos to Saquon. How he's handled this whole situation has been just first class, right? Always love to the Giants, always love, but he's like, you know what? I got a new family. I got the Eagles. I'm going to put the Eagles on my back like I did the Giants for so many seasons. Even though I was injured a couple, I still put them on my back. And this time, I want to put them on my back, put them in my backpack, and go all the way. I want to go all the way to the show. And he's proven that. He's used this year as a middle finger year. I literally see that in his play style, the enthusiasm he has each and every time he gets the ball. He's like, I got an O-line that's going to block, and I'm not going to get touched for 5 yards. Like, Do you know how nice that it must be for a running back to feel that confidence that I'm going to get 5 yards on first contact? I mean, who wouldn't want to run behind an O line like that and play each and every game like he has with the type of chip on the shoulder? I mean, I just got to continue to bring up the GM. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
players get all the criticism. They get all, when things go bad and, this and that. You have these players where you have the drop balls, right? Kincaid getting crushed for that play, which was a tough play.
Mhm.
Mark Andrews the week before. I get all that. But what about what they let walk out of the building? A generational talent.
Yeah,
I
please.
mean, I saw a little bit, but that needs the same energy as it comes to the players, in my point of
Mhm.
view. Like, it really does. And I know I'm going a little away from the Eagles a little bit, but that's my gripe. You got somebody, you got the owner saying he can't sleep. Well, he's not going to be able to sleep for a long time, especially if the Eagles get a Super Bowl. I mean, that would be just so crazy to me,
It
letting
would
that.
give me so much gratification,
Me
though.
too, just
I would
because it's
love
like the
I would
players.
love it.
Yeah, I agree.
I would love
I
it.
agree, but it just needs to
No,
get put
I love
more
it.
on blast. You know what I mean? I feel like
Mhm.
it always the media and how things are because
They can
the
paint it
media gets a lot of
they want.
information from GMs and teams and
Mhm.
all that. They gloss over these situations. This situation is still big to me. I think it's one
Mhm.
of the changing points in Saquon's career. Uh,
Mhm.
all of it is going to the Eagles. It changed the whole complexion of the Giants, in my opinion. But not only
Mhm.
that, but the Eagles and for himself and career to take them to the Super Bowl. Yes, other players need to be talked about, like the O line, the defense has played amazing. Hurts has played well down the stretch. AJ Brown's a true number one. Devontae
Mhm.
Smith is a great Batman. Goddard, a solid tight end. They have good pieces. I'm not saying that. But when
Mhm.
you add a dynamic generational talent to an already solid team and see him put them in the backpack, I mean, kudos to him. But really, it's kind of a shot at the Giants, kind of like, and I don't want to hate or like, I'm not hating at all. I'm just bringing up the facts. Those are the facts. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, ain't nothing there's nothing hating about it, man. It's just 2025 where we've gotten sensitive.
Yeah.
You People don't wanna hear the truth. The truth is y'all thought y'all threw him to the wolves. Y'all threw him to the side like he wasn't the reason y'all made the playoffs 2 years prior.
Yeah, test
Like
free
he had
agency.
yeah,
Test free
like he had
agency.
yeah, go ahead. Let's see what you like he wasn't who he was when he first stepped in the league as a
Mm,
rookie. What he did on the ground, what he did through the air, like he still wasn't a top 5 running back. Okay, yes, he had a couple injuries, but outside of him,
yeah, I know.
so it's like this is what happens in business. They like, "Oh, we could find another one of
Yup,
him.
yup.
We can."
They
No, you
do it all
can't.
the time.
No, you can't. You can't just find generational talents, man. You seen what was there.
Yep,
You seen what he had, his explosiveness, his suddenness, his ability to go 0 to 100, go side to side, and then
yeah.
boom, downhill. Like, that's not something you can just do. His off-season workout, seeing him do those squats and all, like, he's not normal.
No.
And you had that on your team, and you just like, "Oh, let's see." It was
Yeah,
almost like ain't nobody gonna pay a running back, ain't nobody gonna wanna okay, well, here
yeah.
we go. And
Another thing, G,
the wrong team.
before you keep going is I wonder how his body feels playing on grass this year. I wonder
Yeah,
if anyone's asked him, like, the difference.
but did you hear the report before the game? They said in the building, everybody's saying it seems like he's getting faster, like he's like as healthy as he's been at this point in the year. He's moving better than he's moved all year.
I mean, you saw that
Hey,
first
listen,
play. Oh my
listen,
gosh.
dude, get off me, man. Bobby Wagner dang near tore his ACL off trying to get to that boy on that sideline. I said,
Uh,
golly. But to the game, um, I said on the network before, you can't coach speed.
Mm.
And Jaden Daniels is as great as he has been against the blitz and at extending plays. The Eagles had the play extender exterminator, and that is DBs who can latch on to your wide receivers one-on-one and speed. They have Nolan Smith, who might be as fast as whoever your fastest player is on the
Might
field.
be just as fast as Daniels.
That's what I'm saying. So, and you seen it on the one play where he calls the sack. He tried to roll out and Nolan ran him down. And then here comes the linebacker. He ran him down. Jaden couldn't get away from these guys.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me nervous about this next game versus Kansas City, because they have so much speed at every level. But not only that, you don't need to blitz. You don't have to blitz because they got 4 that can go get you. They got an all-pro linebacker that's a defensive player of the year finalist.
Mm-hmm.
They got 3 DBs in the back end. Well, 4 really, but 3
They're
corners that can go one-on-one with anybody. That's what they do. And like collectively, rushing coverage works together, and they're doing it at every level, man. And their experience showed at home.
I agree
They were
with that.
top to bottom. They played the game like the better team. The inexperience,
like they've been there.
The inexperience of the Commanders showed with the fumbles and turning the ball over and not weathering the storm.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about weathering the storm in the next game when we get into it. But the Commanders, you can tell, hadn't been here. And once that storm hit, it was just like, oh man, they did great at halftime going to get points.
Yeah.
Okay, but after that second half, they just came out and you knew, and even
second
when
half
I went
team
back
the
and
Eagles
looked,
are.
yeah, when I went back and looked, all the jumping off sides trying to stop the brotherly shove or what, they just kind of they were frantic. They was anything, let's do whatever, and it's okay. But the better team won. Now, just not the better team, the more experienced team. And the Eagles, they put on a show, man. Everybody worried about Jalen Hurts moving around in his knee. And RG3 was on our show yesterday, and he said something that was very interesting. He said his coaches, when he messed his knee up, he said Shanahan told him, hey, listen, we're going to do some QB runs early in the game because I need to keep the defense honest. I need them to know that you are a threat with your knee.
Yeah.
We need to, you don't have to do a bunch. You don't even have to run far, but we need you to run on it.
Put it on tape.
Put it on tape. So now they've seen, okay, this guy's running. Now we can keep the defense honest. Whereas if they know you can't run, if you do a zone read, they just going to take Saquon every time and force you to run. Or I was talking about the flush play. You know about the flush play because you're a pass rusher. You 2 underneath to his face, make him think he escaped, guy on the back end, run him down.
Gotcha.
Force him to run.
Yeah.
And he showed that he could, on the direct QB run, design run for the touchdown, and even moving out the pocket. Now, I will say this, every time he moved, and Spags and all of these people, I know Joe Cullen, my coach that I played for, and Spags is going to notice this. I noticed it, and I wasn't even really locked in and broke down film. Every time he really started moving and got on the move, he was going to his right. We didn't see him go to his left much. And I wonder if Kansas City's going to make him go the other way and see if he can make throws.
Yeah, and that alludes to the next game too, where you saw both teams playing that spy, trying to flush both players. Like I saw Buffalo flush Patrick to his right, or excuse me, the defense's right. I don't like talking about, the offense perspective.
Yeah.
We're defensive guys.
Right.
So on the defensive side, the quarterback was getting flushed to the right, which makes it hard for them to square their shoulders and turn and throw. And that's why Hurts likes flushing to his right, the defense's left. So he doesn't have to turn his shoulders like that. So that's a good pickup. Another thing that I picked up in this game that was a huge difference was losing Sam Cosmi, the guard for the Commanders.
For
Pro
sure.
Bowl, all pro type of player, very
Yeah.
good, the veteran, the high paid guy. Losing
Yeah.
him was a big key in this game.
Yeah, it was a big
I
deal.
felt like Jordan Davis and Carter. I mean, Carter, woo,
Yeah,
he's
he's a
one of them
baller.
ones. Like
Yeah,
Saquon Barkley, he's that type at the D
yeah.
lineman, the 3 tech. He is an assassin. You can speak more to it because you played that position, but I really like his game. I think he's a mismatch, and I think Kansas City is going to have a tough go with Tooney being still at the left tackle, and then I'm not sure what his name is, 66. I felt like he struggled in that game against Jordan Phillips, Ed Oliver. I felt like they had a good day up front.
Man, they
But
bullied that boy.
yeah, the last thing I want to say about this game is just this.
Caliendo. Wasn't his name Caliendo? It was like Mike Caliendo.
It
I
might
think
be.
that was his name. Mike Caliendo.
But the
Yeah.
last thing that I want to talk about is this Eagles team feels different. I feel
Yeah, they
like
do.
they feel different because they're determined and they're playing with a swag that is not a swag like a little kid swag. It's like a business swag. It's like
Mhm.
we are about business right now. We're 10 toes down. We've been here before. We know what it's like. We know what it getting their takes, and we know what it's like to lose. And they're going to do everything in their path to not lose. And playing
Mhm.
with that type of swag and energy and urgency, it's a recipe for success. And I just feel like it starts with the defense playing that way, and then it trickles to that the front and Saquon, and then building confidence with Jalen Hurts with the throws. I feel like
Mhm.
him and AJ Brown getting connection in this game will help them to go against Kansas City. But all in
Yeah.
all, they're playing with a different type of swag right now. And it's like it's a big boy, big brand
Yeah.
business right now.
I'll give you an example. RG3 used it. He had a great analogy. He said there's a difference in being hungry and wanting something to eat.
Mm,
When you're hungry, you'll do anything to eat. You'll go in the pantry and cook. You'll go to the store, get your own stuff. You gonna go get a gourmet meal. When you hungry, you like, man, hey, listen, golly, man, I need to. When you want something to eat, you just, all right, is the snack right here? Yeah. All right, cool. The Philadelphia Eagles are playing hungry. They
hell
are
yeah.
playing like Rick James at Charlie Murphy's house. They gonna walk in there, "Yo, couch." They don't care, bro. They don't care that you want a three-peat. They don't care that y'all the
Yeah.
Chiefs. They don't care about, Taylor Swift. They don't care about Caitlin Clark. They don't care about nothing y'all got going.
Yeah.
They are coming in with their true Philadelphia swag, like that
Yeah.
true Philly. Like, you could tell they like, "Hey, listen, look who we got with us." They
Yeah.
know they got Saquon, man, and they playing like it just same way they're giving me that 2017 feel when they was wearing the dog mask and they
Yeah.
was
The
walking
ski
around like,
mask.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they was walking around like, and Alshon Jeffrey doing, he had the Super Bowl interview with the shades on, and they was, yeah, I ain't really here for all this. Like, they
Yeah.
giving me that feel. So Kansas City's up against it. But yeah, I love what I seen from Philly. But on to
All
the
in all,
AFC.
it was a belt to ass game though,
Yeah,
G.
it was. It was. Now to the AFC Championship. Um, Kansas City did what Kansas City does. They know how to win close games. We had a question asked to us about, is this the most complete Kansas City team in the Mahomes era? And my answer was no. I said the names on the roster the numbers don't uh reflect the names on the roster, but the record does. And it's because they're such vets and know how to win games. They don't get all like nothing bothers them. Buffalo started to shake back, and that's why I talk about weathering the storm. Buffalo did what the Commanders couldn't do. Kansas City came out, punched them in the face. And they made it look like, oh, this is about to be one of them routes.
Yeah.
And
But then that turnover, though.
Josh Allen shook his head like, all right, we good. And they shook right back. And my problem with Buffalo is they really could have won this game. If you're going to go for it on 4th down over and over, don't run the same play. Be creative. And you seen Andy Reid draw it up on that last drive. That dude is a savant, man. And that's what scares me. Okay, the speed of Philly scares me for Kansas City, being able to run the ball and the speed on defense. What scares me for Kansas City facing Philly is the coaching.
2 weeks, bro. It's
the
2
coaching.
weeks.
You're giving Andy Reid and Spags 2 weeks to prep for that.
Yeah.
I don't trust Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore over Andy Reid and Spags. I don't care what y'all got over there. Nah, man. But you can't coach speed. And that'll be the thing. You never know how people are until you get in front of them. I remember watching the Patriots. Like, man, how is this the team beating everybody? Like, what?
It is a machine, bro.
He not like that. What? And then you play them and you like, bro, this is a well-oiled machine.
It's a machine.
Boom, boom. They on the ball.
Kansas City's at. Yeah.
Boom, play action. Boom, on the ball again. Stretch. Boom, boom, boom. 3rd down. Pick this up. Tom, look, he picking you apart. You like, bro. And you realize, like, man, these dudes is really on it. Defensively, whatever y'all did great, we took it away. Beat us with something else.
Yeah.
And all we need to do is keep the game close enough for that guy over there to figure it out. Once he figures it out, y'all are done. And, Kansas City, they are kind of like that. Once Andy figure you out, it's over with, man. And you got the perfect operator. Like, when 15 is operating under what Andy got going, it's nothing you can do, bro.
Yeah.
You at their mercy.
Couple things that jumped out into this game for me was, like, I know everyone's pissed off at the refs. I actually didn't really mind the call because I feel like offenses get everything. So, like, the ball wasn't clearly shown. That's just kind of my 2 cents on that play that everyone's talking about. Like, everyone's like, oh, he crossed the line. It's like, you can't see the ball, but whatever.
My boy said the same thing. He was like, oh, man, they cheated for them. I'm like, bro, you can't see it.
Yeah.
You don't know where the ball's at.
Yeah, you don't. But the other thing, too, is like, I agree with that. One thing that I wish we saw more in this game was Cook. I felt like Cook kept coming out of the game for Buffalo. I felt like they were running the ball. They were gaining traction, getting him the ball. I wish he got the ball more. Every time it seemed like he had the ball in his hands, he was making play. That late touchdown he had, the option, felt like that was a great call. It should have been stuffed, but Cook made an elite play. Like, that was an elite play. But I just wish he was used more in this game.
Man, I don't get it. There's a difference in a running back and a weapon. He's a weapon.
He is a weapon for sure. And, the other thing too is, besides Mac Hollins, where was everyone else at? Dawson Knox, Kincaid, Coleman, Cooper a couple times. Like, I didn't feel him in this game like previous. You had Shakur a little bit as well. But
when you're done.
For me, it was like, it just felt like they were out of rhythm from the beginning of the game. That to me was the biggest difference, because
like, 2 picks in the first drive.
Yes, he probably should have had like 5 turnover worthy plays, and the Chiefs didn't jump on those quick. And
Pat got lucky on one though too.
Correct. I feel like those two, because of how they play quarterback, you're bound to get 1 or 2 a game. You just have to make them. And neither team didn't make them all that great. You had the fumble that they took advantage of, which to me got him into the game. It got him rhythm into the game. And then, defensively, Buffalo, I felt like when 47, I don't want to butcher his name, Bernard,
Mm-hmm.
how he passed the concussion protocol. I mean, who knows? Don't know, can't judge, but that was crazy to then,
Yeah.
get hit in the head again. I felt really bad. I don't wish that on anyone. And then to get
Yeah.
seat belted in a cart like that was tough to watch,
Yeah. It
honestly.
was.
I felt really bad, but you just saw the difference between the drop off between their starters at Buffalo at corner to then
And Elam was getting picked on, man.
yeah, he was. I don't think he probably was not thinking on like, I'm not getting
Right.
in this game, right?
Yeah.
And
True.
then got in the game and it was oof.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a
they
target.
went right at him. Like Andy Reid is just like what we were saying, like they're gonna attack you until you fix it, until you
Yeah.
stop it. And they do a really good job of attacking your weaknesses. Um, but to me, it was like Buffalo never got in a true like momentum in the game. And everybody's going to be like, well, what are you talking about? They scored that many points, but it was all like, it wasn't methodical like the Chiefs were, right? The Chiefs were like bam, 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 and then
Right.
touchdown. Bam, 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 and touchdown. The Buffalo just seemed like they were working so much harder
Yeah.
than Kansas City was. And as a player, I feel like you may understand that a little bit, G, of what I'm trying to articulate. But another thing I saw was in the red area, the Kansas City Chiefs ran the same offense as we did in our first game against Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the ones that Mahomes was scoring on and Hunt
Copycat
had a
league.
touchdown on that
Yep.
wishbone formation. You had the double pullers and then two guys going the other
Yep.
way. It was the same exact things we ran. I noticed that, which was um, pretty interesting because I was like, Mahomes hadn't really kept the ball like that, and he always does in the playoffs. And
Mm-hmm.
they chase the dive, and Mahomes pulls it, has
I
two
don't know
lead
why people
blockers.
forget that dude can run a little bit, man.
Yep, touchdown. And I felt like that was another key too in the beginning of this game. All his rushes when he broke the pocket went for first downs. That was
Mm-hmm.
huge in the first half. It
Yeah.
kept
Yeah, it
drives
was.
alive. It kept, you know, things going. And it just felt like Kansas City had it easier when they were on offense than Buffalo
Well, I
did.
want to point something out to that point. It's the things we see that your average fan doesn't see, but takes a toll on a group.
Yes.
You guys don't understand. I was watching this and I text my boys. I said, that O-line is fighting for their life dealing with Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm.
What he was doing to those guards, if
Yeah.
you were not watching him nonstop, you won't see it
Yeah.
because he wasn't
Agreed.
making a lot of plays. But if you go back and watch the game and just watch defense and watch Chris
Yeah.
Jones, he was
Yeah.
putting hands on people's kids, man.
Yeah.
And he was putting people in the backfield every play, even if he wasn't going to make the play. He was lifting grown men up and just running them backwards as many times as he could. And after a while, when I've done this before, it gets demoralizing. It's like, man, bro, stop with the bull rushing. I've been in practice before where a guard had come to me like, gee, why you keep bull rushing, man? Why you keep? That's hard to have to deal with where it does not matter what you do. You
Mm-hmm.
can't stop this person from moving me backwards. Well, you know who else feels that? Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's speeding up his operation, because he knows this pressure is coming from somewhere, and it may not impact the game like to where everybody can see it, but that's taking a toll on offenses, and the coordinators see it, the O-line coaches see it, and they're telling them, hey, this is what we need to do because this is happening. Your time, you don't have as much time because this dude over here is, you know what I'm saying? It changes the protections. All of those things matter, man. And my last thing is uh Josh Allen really is an alien. That fourth down,
Yeah, that's how I was gonna say to your point and my point earlier of
Yeah.
like it being harder for the Buffalo. You got to think the 2 touchdowns they had, you know, were on 4th down. The option
Mhm.
play, tough. Like, yes, you score, but though
Mhm.
you can't, you're sitting back and saying, yes, these are what eventually won the game. Or, you know, you go back and are like, man, we had to earn every single touchdown.
Mhm.
And that's like, that's tough to do. You then had the 4th down Samuel touchdown, the tying one at when it was 29-29. Those are tough. And if you're going to rely on Josh Allen to be Superman every time, which it eventually at the end of the game, you saw
Yeah.
what happened. Like you
Yeah.
wanted Josh to be Superman when it came down
Mhm.
to it. Another 4th down, you know, blitzed, and then you have people online. Well, why didn't he throw it to Shakur? It's like clearly he had 2 guys running scot free right out in his
And he
face.
still okay, can we please? Okay,
Oh,
he
that gets
still
me
got the
so
ball there.
livid.
He still
Yeah,
got the ball there. And so
bruh.
nobody gonna talk about the ball hitting Kincaid directly in the hands
Yeah.
and him
And
not catching it.
yeah, and it's a tough play, but I also think I felt like Kincaid wasn't even looking at the ball.
No,
He was looking
that's what
at
I'm saying.
if he was gonna get hit or not
That's what I'm saying, man. Like there's a lot that goes on, but just to the fans
to
who is
get the
well,
ball off was insane. That was insane.
this, man, y'all not understanding what that dude did in that play.
Yeah.
That is so man.
Yeah.
We seen okay, to give you guys an example, if you think it's so easy, look at him doing that and getting the ball off and still having a chance versus what Jaden Daniels did. He couldn't get the ball off.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's not, I mean, when you are seeing what quarterbacks are seeing is before the play, they see, okay, this defense is in this. What we've studied is if he walks down or if he's here, no, he's bluffing because that's not even what they do. So I know that's not what's happening. Spags made it look like we just gonna rush these 4, we gonna cover. We're not blitzing. Spags, he shows when he's blitzing. We can all see it at home. He made it look normal, and then boom, he sends a corner that comes scotch free.
Elite pressure, man.
And I mean, he drew it. I mean, it was perfectly drawn
A
up.
corner
So
blitz on 4th
on
down is
4th down.
insane.
On 4th
That's
down is
insane.
insane. No quarterback is expecting that. So he's
No.
looking like, "Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I just gotta," and he's an alien. The strength of his arm to be able to even get the ball and to put it somewhere where a guy actually had a chance to catch it,
Yeah.
that's different. But, I just feel yesterday was the first time I actually, like, felt bad for Josh Allen because
Mm.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
my son said he needed to demand a trade to the NFC.
Hey, the other thing we got to shout out before we go to break is just Patrick Mahomes' greatness.
Yeah.
His poise, his resilience, his determination to win.
Mhm.
Definitely, we need to take time to talk about it just because it's so great. He makes a mistake at the beginning and then plays nearly a flawless game after that.
Mhm.
Just his poise of where he knows where the ball is, knows that he doesn't have to hit home runs, even though he wants to,
Yep.
even though the fans and everybody, that's what made him so popular so fast, were the home run touchdowns. But his methodical work of sustaining long drives and taking
Mhm.
what the defense gives you and picking it apart is going,
I feel like you
he's
know a guy like
master.
that.
I
I
do,
feel
and
like
he's
you
starting
know a
to
guy who
master
won
it,
I
watching
feel
it.
like you know a guy who won a couple championships doing that.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
him mastering that is
Mhm.
been it's you have to just give him his props for that. It's been impressive. Now that doesn't mean I like that team
Of
or
course.
want them to win, but I give credit when it's due, and he deserves a lot of credit for how he's just sustained the
Yeah.
poise of just doing whatever it takes to win the game.
That's what I'm saying, man, and Kansas City they just know how to win. Man, that last drive, the way Andy Reid drew that up was like,
Yep.
"Bro, come on,
To
man." Like,
throw the ball too. Oh,
this dude is freaking, man,
to throw
like,
the
come
ball is
on,
crazy
man, that's insane.
because if you
But
drop
the
it,
way
it's
he
like,
drew it, that's what I'm saying. You just
ah.
if he drop it, now that basically gave him another timeout.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, in the way everybody go that way like a run, but we gonna run this way, quick little pass, and then nope, we gonna send them this way, sprint out, little drop off, boom, we to the Bajas. It's like, man, yeah. So I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl matchup. We're not gonna talk about it now. We're gonna get into that next week when we're down there for the Super Bowl reporting live. Just so y'all know, we'll get into that later too. We're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna do some end of season awards for y'all. I think it's only right we do that. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, back from break. We're just gonna hit a couple things and then we're gonna head on our way and see you guys down in New Orleans for live shows. This next segment is gonna be new coaches, what our quick thoughts are, what we think. Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson.
Great hire for your future of your franchise.
I thought it was crazy though, bro.
Yeah.
To go in division and then start off by saying, you know, I always beat LaFleur.
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
He came in with smoke, but I think it's great for the offense. They got the good defense. So, I mean, you knew he was the hottest young coach out there. So
they must have gave him the farm because that's the only thing that was going to take him to leave.
You, Liam Cohen, you can go jump off a bridge. I don't care. You played with my boys. Whatever. Go to Jacksonville. That's fine. But be a man about it. Don't be a hoe about it.
Okay. I'm on the opposite. Teams like to play with players all the time and coaches.
Bro, he used his son.
They try to deny him all the time.
Being sick as an
Who knows? We don't know. We don't know.
Man. All right, man. Whatever.
Good offensive coordinator, though. I think
taking all feelings out of the boys. He's a bad boy.
Yeah, he is.
But, sure, you played with my dog, so whatever.
I can understand that. Those are your guys.
In all fairness, Liam Cohen, I wish you all the best. Yeah. Being an NFL head coach is a dream of some people, and it was a dream of yours. So shout out to you for even getting to this point to being an NFL head coach. Mm-hmm. That was were my fan words.
But you didn't like business, though.
Yeah, my professional football words. Congratulations to you, man. I wish you all the best. Mike Vrabel, this is self-explanatory. It was a match made in heaven. This is just, it was meant to be.
I think his staff looks amazing too.
Yeah, it do. Aaron Glenn, great heart. Did you see all the research they said they did on Buddy? They said they researched, they said they sat down with therapists, they sat down with all these the people who did like the Hard Knocks, they sat down with them. They sat down with all the CBS and all these people that did the production meetings. They met with them on things they heard. They listened to his mic'd ups. They talked to his old players. They said it's like 10,000 hours worth of research, which made them pick Aaron Glenn. So, I mean, they feel like they got the right guy. So there you go.
I mean, good luck, Aaron.
I think the dynamite hire of all of them is Pete Carroll to Vegas.
Really?
There's no person that that is the perfect person to be on a Vegas team. Pete Carroll, when he recruited me for USC, he recruited. Pete Carroll got so much swag, bro. Like I went to visit Notre Dame. I was there at the Bush Push game when Reggie Bush pushed Matt Lyon in the end zone. He walked up the tunnel and he walked over to their locker room. Because I was going to visit them the next week. He was like, "Hey, you seen what happened, right? All right, bet. I'll see you next week." I was like, "Oh, I'm not coming to Notre Dame. I'm going to USC." And then that Sunday after the visit, first off, Snoop was at the game.
Ooh.
Reggie was dating Megan Good at the time.
Ooh.
The day after the game, Pete Carroll came in. We was all having brunch. He came in with his boogie board like, "Hey, I appreciate y'all coming. I'm about to go hit the waves." Dude came to my mama's house. I got a black mama. He came to my mama's house and took his shoes off and put his feet up on a black woman's couch and took a nap at our home visit. My mama said, "A man with that much confidence gotta be a good coach."
That's awesome.
So much swag.
That's awesome.
He got so much swag.
Yeah.
Man, and then Spytek, he was with me in Tampa. I know, man, this duo is about to be crazy for
That's
Vegas. I'm
awesome.
beyond excited.
Yeah, my only experience with Pete Carroll was when I was getting in those meetings for the combine,
At the combine
and
meeting, yeah.
he like gave me a hug and then grabbed everybody in the room in the circle and was like, "It's all about the ball, right?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Right."
right. Yeah,
Whatever.
Pete, that guy, man. They
Uh,
the what's the team? The Seahawks. They used to have basketball shoot-offs on
yeah,
Fridays. Like that man, it's gonna be fun.
it's
And
gonna be up.
Schottenheimer, Dallas fans. I understand y'all were looking for a splash
I think
hire,
this is a good hire.
but I told y'all Jerry wants control over his team. He hired in-house somebody that he already knew. This guy knows how Jerry wants the show ran. He knows all the players already. He knows how to operate within this system of being a Dallas Cowboys coach. And his dad was a dynamite coach. He's got the history. Give him a chance. That's all I ask. Give him a chance. Like, stop writing people off before you see what they can do.
Yeah.
People just get upset because it's not a name. How many names have we seen fail?
Yeah, it was
Tons.
just like Buffalo was their fans were pissed when they drafted Josh Allen, but they're not
Yeah.
pissed no more.
Yeah, man, give him a chance, bro. Like, people's like, "Gee, how you the Dallas thought to give him a chance." I'm not gonna just bash the dude and we ain't seen him coach. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. I get tired of people doing that. But
Yeah, I agree. You got end of the season
end
awards.
of
I like
season
this.
award. I like
Uh,
it too, man. I
yeah,
think we both agree on the MVP,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Offensive player of the year.
Saquon Barkley. No?
It's a wide receiver out there, man. They
I
got the
got
triple
Saquon.
crown, man. Saquon did his there's a wide receiver out there that got the triple crown, though.
That's tough. That's
Not
tough.
just
Saquon 2,000 yards.
but the triple crown,
Yeah, you right. You
all
right.
3,
You right.
and you was on a losing team and you still was getting I don't know.
You right. You right. That's pretty good. That's pretty
I
good.
don't know, but I think Saquon gonna get it, so I'm gonna give it to Saquon. Like, he had
Yeah.
a historic year. Defensive player of the year,
I like this one. Who you
yeah,
got?
uh, it's a toss-up, man. Uh,
I can't
what's
wait to
my
hear
man?
yours.
Yeah, I picked on the show, um, what's my man in Denver? I'm drawing a blank. I'm tired, y'all. I've been
Pat
sick.
Surtain.
Pat Surtain, but Imma show some love to, another Cincinnati guy.
I was too, man. You stole mine.
17.5 sacks back-to-back years,
Yeah.
man. You gotta
By
be my guy,
himself,
man.
no help.
That defense wasn't about nothing, and he still was
Yeah.
getting busy, man,
I know.
so
I was gonna give mine to him too.
yeah,
He deserved it. He balled.
yeah,
It was by himself out there
yeah.
going crazy.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, he went crazy.
That's what
Trey
I'm going with.
Hendrickson deserved it.
Yeah. Trey Hendrickson, yeah,
And
rookie of the
he got
year.
one move. That slap rip, baby.
All he got, basic white dude move.
Yeah.
He be
He's
getting busy.
strong though. He's
He
dumb
don't wear
strong.
gloves. He is out there a
He
true
a
assassin.
dog.
That dude, man, that dude is a dog.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year is Jay Daniels. I don't care on both
Correct.
sides of the ball. You know, we just gonna give it to him. Coach of the
Okay,
year.
you gotta do defense though. Rookie of the year defense.
I don't want to be biased to Jared Verse because he's a defensive lineman. I like Quinyon Mitchell, man. That dude was locking. He was locking up, bro.
I'm actually gonna shout out my guy, Nate Wiggins, bro. I
Yeah.
felt like he didn't get enough attention, enough love,
Mhm.
but he did his thing this year. He was strapping for a rookie. He held his own. Like,
Yeah.
it was impressive.
Yeah. Coach of the year for me is Kevin O'Connell. Nobody expected Minnesota to be good like that.
Yeah.
So I gotta give it to Kevin O'Connell because nobody expected it.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's why I
Yeah.
give it to him because it's like the Vikings. Nobody
Yeah.
thought the Vikings was gonna be that
Yeah,
good.
no one
You know?
thought Sam Darnold was gonna win
Yeah,
10+
like, I gotta
games.
give it
Yeah,
to
I'll
Kevin
give you that.
O'Connell.
That's a good one. This one's easy. Joe Burrow,
Yeah,
comeback
Joe
player of
Burrow.
the year.
Yeah.
Easy. Joe
Easy.
Burrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Burrow. And then,
Who's your most underrated player of the year?
Kyle Van Noy.
Ooh, kill him.
Easy. That's easy. What you talking about? That's easy.
I love it. I wasn't expecting that. That was fire though.
You don't be top 5. Was you finish 6 or 5?
4th.
You finished 4th in sacks
Yeah.
and didn't. I mean, well, you are a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
But All Pro, Pro
Nothing.
Bowl, nothing. 4th
That,
and 6
hey, it's because I didn't score
on a defense that
touchdowns.
for week 11 was number 1 and dang near everything. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I
Whatever.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Most underrated, bro. We need a most underrated. Kyle Van Noy.
Right. I'll pick. I got to pick.
Yeah.
Most underrated. Oh man, there's so many good players. I didn't think about this one well enough. Man, I know we gotta go. Let me think. 2 more seconds. Start talking, G. I'll think of it.
Yeah. I mean, shoot. Most underrated. I'll go. Shoot. I think of another one.
Yeah, there's
man,
so
Gink.
Gink. He not underrated though. You can't say
Not
that no
underrated
more.
no more. He not
Yeah.
underrated no more. Gink is that guy.
Yeah, he is definitely that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. True.
Yeah, I don't know either, man.
Whatever.
There's so many players.
It
I'll
was a lot.
pick Nakobe Dean.
Yeah. Yeah, he played well.
He's the opposite of Zach Bond. Zach Bond gotta
Mhm.
love. I thought he had a solid underrated year.
Yeah, he played well. Game records and playmakers. This is our game records and playmakers segment. So, I don't want my game record is Chris Jones. He didn't make a lot of plays, but he destroyed those freaking offensive linemen, man. He destroyed the heck out of those offensive linemen. And I was watching it all game, and he was getting busy, bro. He's just doing his thing. And playmakers, you know, I'll probably go with Pat. He just, after that mistake early on, he balled, man. He did his numbers. So I'll go with Chris Jones and Pat.
Yeah, I like that. Game record, I gotta go with the front of Philly. I just felt like they had their way with they had their way with the Commanders O-line. You have Sweat, Nolan Smith on the edges, and then Carter and Davis in the middle. I felt like they played pretty well. My playmaker is actually going to be AJ Brown. For the amount of targets he had a crucial 4th down catch, solid touchdown. I'm going to go with him as my playmaker. And then I know they lost, but my underrated playmaker is Mac Hollins with Buffalo. Felt like he earned some cheese this season playing with Josh Allen. I felt like he played really, really well for the Buffalo Bills. But I'm going to give another playmaker shout out to Mac Hollins, but I felt like he did his thing.
Hey, yo, this was, I know it wasn't our typical long run of a show, but we got moves to make. Please tune in because we will be live from Super Bowl. My guy has a Pro Bowl week.
Yes, sir.
He has a Pro Bowl, his first Pro Bowl. And I forgot. We have to do this. I'm sorry. I know it wasn't part of the rundown that we were supposed to do it, but I gotta do a tell us how you really feel, Gerald segment. So, come on, man. Listen, I have to get my kids to a doctor's appointment, so I don't have all day. I'm gonna let you tee it up, and then I'll go. All right, this gonna be quick, man. This is impromptu. Nobody expected this, but I just want to genuinely say, the friendship and brotherhood that we've grown this season has been very impactful on me and very helpful in ways that you don't even understand. And being able to film this show with you has been incredible. And being a fan from afar, but now being able to get insight, even off the camera, and learning more of who you are as a man, and what drives you. And you making that statement at the beginning of the season. You know who you are. You're an all-pro, Pro Bowl level player, and you're going to prove it. And you did. You went out there and you got your bonus. You got your 12.5 sacks. And you were named to the Pro Bowl, your first Pro Bowl, man. I know team-wise the season didn't go the way you wanted, but you said what you was going to do, and you did it. So from your brother, Gerald McCoy, the 93rd wonder of the world, big chest from the Midwest, the one that never fails, the only thrive. You know why, killer? Because I'm from the south side of the 405. From your brother and all of us at Yahoo Sports. Congratulations, man. We so proud of you. Go enjoy it, man. But we got work to do. So go out there, have a blast. Let's get back to work. McCoy Van Noy. We out. Yahoo Sports. We love you, my brother.
Thank you. That was love. Appreciate it. Let's go.
You really feel man. Hey, sincere. That was sincere from the heart.
I know, that was love right there. I appreciate that.
When I said, man, I need to show my brother love, but for real, from Yahoo Sports, all of us, we proud of you, dog. Go enjoy your first Pro Bowl, man, and I will see you in New Orleans. McCoy and Van Noy, we love y'all, and we are out.